Greetings, welcome to Miani Tarot Intuitive Oracle Readings. Miracles and blessings are always coming on our way. We just need to be open for them. This is the reading for the No Moon Day special regarding masculine only. Now, I will do another reading for the divine masculine. What is the basic difference? The basic difference I will explain in just one example. See, there is a couple. Again, we see that couple in two scenarios. Number one scenario, there is masculine and there is feminine. And in number two scenario, they are divine masculine and divine feminine. Now, when the masculine and feminine are triggered with an argument, and these arguments get heated at certain point, what happens, that at one point, the argument gets heated so much that it worsens the situation, and both of them could cause havoc. They used loud noises, and there could have been many bruises on their face or even on their body. But when we talk about the divine masculine and divine feminine relationship, then there is a big difference. There could have been a kind of raised argument between them, but when this happens, both of them at certain point decides not to speak to each other. Or suppose even the arguments get heated and there is divine feminine along with masculine only, not divine masculine. Suppose there is masculine and there is divine feminine in relationship, and masculine just brings out a heated argument, then she could do one thing. She could literally stop saying something, and next day she could leave his home, or could post a note somewhere, and she couldn't talk to him unless and until he finds that it is his fault. This is a divine relationship where you work out with divine, because you know that there is no use of physical expressions, no use of physical understandings, because what matters is your soul connection. When there is a divine relationship between both of you, then even if you meet after 10 years, maybe you have been away because of your job priorities or responsibilities, and you're waiting for each other since 10 years, and when you meet, you could feel like you have just meet yesterday, or you know each other since many decades, or since many years, 1,000 years. And this is really a very fantastic relationship. But very rarely we find that there are couples who are involved in this relationship. Other than that, because we have seen that there is a huge increase in amount of getting divorced or getting breakups, because they found that the relationship which was based was not purely inclined with the divine relationship. It was with different things like just knowing each other, or based on some physical interest, or just to find someone's emotional interest, that he could or she could give me emotional support. And when they found that they got enough emotional support, or he or she is no longer giving them support, they just find it's a breakup. So this is a masculine relationship reading since No Moon Day. Divine will be coming soon in another video. So let's move on. But before doing that, I would say that this is masculine reading. So I actually intended to use this sentence for the feminine reading, simple feminine, no divine feminine, that this could involve someone who has messed up with you or messing up with you. So if divine feminine is listening to this, like lots of my subscribers who are with pure and innocent souls, then you could find that this is a kind of havoc sometimes, or in the middle you could find that some messages are disturbing, but they are directly received from the universe, and they are based purely on what masculine is intending to do. So if you're ready to listen to some things, you can listen to this, or you can just simply skip this relationship reading, and I will bring out a divine reading for you. So you can decide. The first message for masculine, that is someone will try to lure masculine. So the first primary No Moon Day message for masculine is that someone, so that someone could be anyone. It could be energy, it could be Simple enough. For example, maybe he is just doing net surfing, and he found that there is a website or there are some videos, and he could find that he is now going to feel more physical. So it doesn't mean that there should be a person around him, but there are some people who could trigger out to him. So suppose he just listened to someone's interaction, or maybe certain things happen and he was really getting heated up arguments. So at that point something could happen, because that rage or that aggressiveness need to be expressed. If he didn't express himself somewhere, then that anger gets heat up inside, and to get it outside he could need to do something. Now what he does depends on him only. So there's a possibility that someone will try to lure masculine. So if there is a feminine around, or if he's watching some videos, or reading some articles, or if he doesn't have good friends around, or maybe he just got too much drunk, so something is there. The next message for him is he's looking for physical pleasure. Now this message is directly saying about his emotional state. He requires his emotional state to be complete. Now because of that, what he requires that his first physical priorities should get accomplished, and 20 to 40% chances that he's going to do self-pleasure things, like watching some vids on net, or reading some magazines, trying something with himself so that he could find his physical attraction. But then the 60 to 40%, I guess 40% chances there where he could lead himself toward something which could make him fall in a trap. Divine masculine reading is something different. This is only the masculine reading, so I don't know how to tell that. I just really got these messages, so I don't know how to tell you, how to elaborate those, and how to navigate. But so 40% chances that he could be with someone only for the sake of physical pleasure, since this no moon day. The third message for him is that possibility, if feminine approaches him, then he would be aggressive enough to take pleasure from her. That's a very raw message I received. So it's like if feminine is trying to reach out to him when he is actually aggressive, or he's actually looking for physical pleasure, then he would not think of her emotional state. He would directly trying to get some physical satisfaction from her. So, feminine, if you're listening to this, and if you find that he is not divine masculine, he's just masculine, your relationship is just based on pure interest, and if this has been, then there's a possibility that if you try to reach out to him, he would want to get something from you. Like, there have been so many relationships where the masculine is only looking for the physical expressions. He doesn't want, and he doesn't look for the emotional outburst of the feminine. And there are many feminine who talk about this all around the world. This is because there hasn't been any divine relationship. This is only the masculine and feminine relationship based on pure interest. Like sometimes you could feel like that like you have maybe listen this word that he could be a false twin. What is meant by that? Sometimes some people just try to figure out how to catch your attention. So they could figure out like they are rich, or they are really very good at heart, but they are exactly opposite. And they are trying to lure you so that feminine just falls in his trap and he could get what he wants. So here, there is a possibility that masculine would try to get some physical attraction, physical pleasure from her, or feminine could find that he's only looking for the physical things, not for what she's going through. Like maybe they had gone through a kind of emotional conflict, and she's trying to sort it out, but then he requires that, okay, we'll sort it out, but first I want to get some physical attributes. So this is something which is hurting him. So not all would do, but there is a bit possibility of doing it. If it doesn't, this is a kind of speculation regarding it, a kind of pre-approach. The fourth message is that he's under influence of planet Dragon's Tail till 3rd of February. So, not any planet, but just Dragon's Tail planet, that is Ketu known as. It is influencing him until 3rd of the Feb. So, till that time, he is under bad influence. So, there could have been some misunderstandings. There could have been some heated arguments. There could have been some aggressiveness, anger in his eyes, or using the wrong ways or doing some wrong deeds could be there. So this is a bit information to you. The fifth message for him is that if feminine is really attached to this connection, then she will experience the same force. So as we say that, suppose there is a divine feminine who is connected with this masculine person, or if there's a very catchy connection between both of you. I mean, she doesn't know what kind of connection it is, but whatever he feels, she feels at the same time. Then, if he is going through a force, like maybe he is trying to get some physical things done, or if he's trying to do something with him, she would get those feelings. She could feel those feelings too. So this is a kind of connection between both of them, a psychic connection. I don't know whether it is good or bad, because it is definitely not a divine connection, because in divine you are always getting the best only, and you're trying to survive. The sixth message for him is that feminine's ring or bangles are the things where masculine is attracted right now. So if you had kept your ring with him, or you had kept your pick, or he has your pick where you're wearing bangles or you're wearing ring, then he is looking at that ring. Maybe a possibility is that he is going to buy a ring for you, or he's trying to look at those ornaments he has by which he gets connected to you. He could think about you, because this is where he is going to get connected to you, because a ring is connected with the feelings. Like when someone wears a ring on the fourth finger, then this connects directly to the heart. So he could be connected with the feminine from this ring, and he could try to think about her. It could be anything, like how they meet each other when he had given her the gift, what they did after this, whatever. Seventh message for him is that why you are doing this to me. When he would look at those things, those ornaments, or he would fall in those memories, the first and primary question which is coming in his mind is that, why are you doing this to me? So that means he's either thinking of you, feminine, or he's thinking about his friends or someone who is troubling him. 60 to 80% chances that he's thinking about you, feminine, that maybe whatever happened between both of you, little argument, maybe you were very good with each other and suddenly something happened and you were very destructive and both of you stopped talking. So he could feel very anxious, and because of that he's saying, and he's asking this question to himself, why are you doing this to me? Why are you keeping me in puzzle? This is the prima facie question in his mind. The next question for him is that this next message, feminine is actually prohibiting him from doing bad. Well, this is something really, really connected, and here the divine feminine could interact, but only for this one instance and not for the other. It's like, suppose they have a really, really wonderful, valuable, faithful relationship, then she won't let him to do any bad. And this connection is so huge that suppose he is just out of his office, and now one of his friends asks him that, come on, let's drink, and he would say that, no. I mean, so many things could happen. Suppose he just got a glass in his hand, and suddenly something happens and the glass gets dropped on the floor. or suddenly he gets a call and he has to leave the office urgently before his friends could even ask him to come to a party. So, or say another feminine is approaching him for some with some weird interest. Suddenly he is being asked by his colleague or by his client, or he just gets a call and he leaves that place. So this feminine is trying to protect him from doing bad. So a kind of protective circle is presented at the divine series here, but at the masculine only. So feminine is the one who is protecting him if she is the one who is having very much faithful relationship towards him. Ninth message. Then he would fail to understand whether it is lust or love. So when he is being stopped from doing something bad, then he's connected with the feminine. Like he's going to connect with his relationship, triggered by a question. The relationship which he's holding on to, it is based purely on love, so that there is a possibility of connecting with the divine, or it is based on lust. How to define that? Suppose there's a couple, okay? There's a guy, there's a girl, and now they look at each other. They had first date. Maybe it was a blind date, but then they are very friendly with each other. But their motives are different. What she looks is that he's very protective. He understands her. He never forces her to do anything, or he never forces her to, or he never compels her. Like, you should reach this place by this time, or you should come with me to watch this movie, or you should listen this song only, you should wear this dress only. No, he never compels. So this is a very much faithful relationship for her. At the same time, what he could be thinking in his mind, we're just supposing that if he asks for a kiss, she gives him a kiss. If he asks her to come with him, she comes. If he asks for dinner, she comes. If he wants to talk to her, she talks. There are many things which she does for him and he does for him, but their interests are different. He could be attracted to her, say, for lust. Wow, she looks beautiful. But then she is not looking for his attractions. She's looking for his qualities. And he doesn't even know that. Maybe he hadn't seen that he could be that person, that kind of person in his life where he has been protective for her. Suppose she's crying, or maybe something happens, and he just gives her the warmth of heart. He just gives her real support. He said that, okay, I'm with you. Maybe he could even say that you can stay at my home, but then he's just giving her another bed. He just giving her space, doing some breakfast for her. He doesn't know he's changing, but still he had some interest in his heart, which he could find himself getting lured into. So it's actually a good thing for him, but then he would be questioning himself regarding his motives. So somewhere he is trying to hurt himself. 10th message, right now, feminine is testing his honesty. That's a very triggered question here, because feminine is actually trying to figure it out how honest he is with her, or with the situation, with the world. And she's not doing it primarily, but she could intend it, or situations could ask her to do that. For example, say she's just passing by on a road, and suddenly she finds that there has been an accident or mishap, and amazingly she finds that there is her masculine. Now, what she thinks is that whether he is going to help that person or not. Another way she could find that, suppose she did call him, or she's reaching out to home, and she heard some voices, and she just entered. Now what she's going to see, there is possibility that she could find one of his friend, or one of her good friend there. They're common friends, so there is no problem with that. But what if there is someone else? So she's actually going to test his genuine response towards her. 11th message for him is that a moment has come where he has to prove his honesty. So the first message was like she's going to test his honesty, and the moment has come when he needs to prove his honesty. Prove is like though there are so many things happen, like there could have been some conversations, or they are living together or living apart, questioning themselves or not. They have been um, living away for some weeks or even for some months. But then, what are they doing with each other? Whether he has forgotten her or whether he is sticking with her, or suppose they meet each other, then what does he plan to do? Even if they meet each other at the evening, now we need to explain that he has only been hers only. This is what she requires to know, and this is what he needs to prove, because situation and the universe is asking him to solve this puzzle. Maybe she is not asking him literally, but situation and the universe is putting him in a puzzle that he must give an answer to her. Whether she wants it or not, he has to deliver it, saying that, yes, I'm being honest with you, or yes, I love you, or that even if he has been someone, he has to say that I was with someone and I'm sorry for that. It's up to you to um, be in this relationship with me or not. So he has to be honest with her, and there's a time that will come where he need to prove his honesty. So that's a very, very, very tricky thing. Maybe feminine would not love this, but if there is anything which he has to explain, he will be explaining this to her. If not, then it is very, very hard for him, because universe is compelling him now. It's like he's standing in at a place where, just like he's standing in a bus where he has to buy the ticket. He must buy the ticket. That's why. Next message is that up to 20 Feb, his sexual feelings would increase enough. So up to 20 February, his sexual feelings are going high, way higher, and that means that there's a bit increase in his sexual connection with his feminine, or he would be doing so much self-pleasuring things, watching some vids, reading some articles, whatever things he could do. But one thing he should prohibit by finding his interest with someone else, because there is feminine with him. Now, what matters is that what he is going to do with this, with his feelings. Next thing for him is that he eagerly thinks, or he's eagerly thinking or imagining to see his feminine getting extremely satisfied with him. So that's a real raw message here. See, what he plans right now is that he wants to see his feminine with him, where she's extremely happy with him. So it's like he doesn't want to lose this opportunity, and he doesn't want to get involved away from her. But there's a one prerequisite: he wants to see how happy she is with him. So all he requires is that she should only be with him, and she should be with him involved in sexual pleasure. So that's something which can be crucial at the moment. Say, feminine, if you're really angry with him, or you feel like I'm not ready to be with him or to fulfill his desires, then he could be going at an extreme point. Because what he wishes now is to see you in happy mood. You could feel like, okay, I'm with him just for his sake of feeling, but no. Now what he asks you is that be with him, but with whole heart. So that's a tricky question. Because if you feel like he's being dishonest with you, or he's not doing good with you, or it just connected with you for some lust or for some relationship purpose, then you would definitely want to push him away from you. Because now what he desires is that you should give him your full interest. What matters to you is that, are you getting full interest from him? That's a tricky question. Next point for him, next message, 14th message. He is also waiting for a moment in his life when, for once, his feminine would leave him alone or forever, and he will be without her support as she was supporting him until now, and because she has been helping him mentally, he has been stable. So what he's looking for, a kind of accepting something. Like all of us know that many times in the same day, eventually, willfully or mistakenly, we hurt someone's feelings. Now, what he wants is that for once, he should get a punishment. It should be emotional punishment or physical punishment, whatever. Physical, it means like his feminine is leaving him. Emotional means though she is with him or she's living away, he misses her badly, so badly that he can't live without her. So he is trying to go through this kind of emotional phase where he will be facing his fears of losing her, or testing his honesty, or is like living alone to face his fears ever. So it's like he tries to connect with divine. If he does that, it's really powerful, it's really good, it's really great. So that new moon day is really giving him a kind of good thing in his life. But then it depends on him, because if he goes through this kind of phase, then he would understand how much important divine feminine is having in his life. Because if he does, then that means the person is not than it is divine feminine. If he doesn't, that means the person is not divine feminine. If you feel like, say, feminine, if you have a relationship and he just is not communicating with you, and he's very much happy, he doesn't call you, he doesn't text you, he doesn't message you, that means he's not trying to connect with divine. He has been only in lust relationship. But if he tries to contact you, communicate with you, and his texts looks like they are genuine, then he's trying to connect with divine. Next message for him is that he wants to test other people's loyalty around him. So that's another tricky question for him, because now he's going to question loyalty for his friends, for his people, for his family. Say, there are many feminine who say that his family is the one source which is causing trouble, or that his friends or his surrounding, no matter how rich he is or how big it is, they are influencing in a bad way. So right now he is going to question their loyalty. Like maybe he had questioned the loyalty of his feminine, but now he's going to question the loyalty of his belongings, of his family, so that he would understand that whatever he has done until now is based on good and holy interest only. So he's going to question their loyalty, and if he found that their loyalty is true or not, next message for him is that he doesn't test loyalty of his feminine, but if he has a girlfriend, then he would do that for her. So say if there has been a very good relationship between a masculine and feminine, but then apart from this feminine, another woman, another person has entered in masculine's life, then he would want to test her loyalty towards him. Like there are many people who comment that there is someone in his life. Now that someone is going to be tested by him, that whether that someone is connected from whole heart or just because of the financial purposes or shopping purposes or physical purposes, so that he could understand that whatever purpose the person was or the purpose the other person was accomplishing in his life, it was based on a good relationship, a good instinct or not. So he would take a good action on her then. Next message for him is that he's actually trying to look for a connection where he's trying to find out how the feminine is going to connect and control the beast within him. So suppose if he has a habit of getting very much angry, very much aggressive, or with so much lust, so now he wants feminine to control this habit. He wants her to control his habit, but then it is very exciting for him to know that how she's going to do that. So actually, in a one way, he's testing her that if you are my feminine, then prove it. How will you control me? How will you make me a good man? Next message for him is that no harassing or no problems, but he is going to look for as how she's going to control his feelings or understand him. So it's like, say, if he had been very much aggressive, very much with anger, and suddenly becomes very reactive. So now he wants to look at how she's going to control his manipulative behavior. He doesn't want to harass her and likewise anything, but then he wants to test her out that how she's going to make him calmer. With what way? Like she could do something, she could say something, she could sing a song, or she could just leave. So what she want to do when he's in that kind of stage, and how she will understand him. Like maybe he has lost his job and now he's frustrated enough. Now every single time when this happened, he could use to uh, even beat her or do something with her or say some bad words to her. But now she's sticking with relationship, and now he is looking at how she's going to handle the situation. Obviously, this is bad to treat her in this bad way, but it is the feminine's choice to leave this relationship or be with him. So this depends on her. 19 message for him is that he has been lonely and feeling guilty. So whatever things have happened in his life, he has been feeling lonely enough and guilty enough. It's like maybe he had used some bad words for her or really treated her badly. So this no moon day is actually putting him in a blame that, look, you have done this to her, you had put this with her, you had tested her um, heart, so now you have to answer her only, you're only answerable to her. So it's like he is being triggered with these questions and now he has to answer this to her. 20 message for him is that feminine will take a firm decision for him. So that's a really really good thing. You could feel like, what is this? But then, since this no moon day, feminine is going to come on a decision phase. Decision. I'm talking about the feminine only, not divine feminine. This decision phase will be like to be with him or not to be with him, to love him, not to love him, to live with him or to leave him. 21st message for him is that he is behaving like a child who is afraid of dark and hidden somewhere and looking for feminine or someone childlike who would honestly take him out. So he has trapped in his own fears. Like all of us know that suppose someone just make his fun, then he just gets his anger. He doesn't get his anger out, but then when it comes in his family, he tries to get his anger on his family people. But now what he looks like, maybe for the first time, psychologically, yes, that's the correct word. Psychologically, he's looking for her to come and help him, because now it has been way more for him to understand, because it is enough for him to handle the situation. He is no more able to handle the situation alone. So what he wants is that he's behaving like a child who is afraid of the dark, afraid of the memories. And now what she looks for, that she should come and she should take him. She should take hold of him. And so that, don't worry, I'm with him. We'll clear everything. So he's looking for her mental support. 22nd message for him is that, but while doing this, feminine could be psychically attacked. So that's a really, really issue for her. I'm just letting you know, because there have been many energies around him. Say if he has been getting lots of anger, that means there is an energy who is producing anger in him. Now if feminine is trying to make him lose the anger, so that energy or that person would try to attack on you psychologically or psychically. Like say, if his friend who is not with good interest with him finds out that he is really improving, so he would try to do something in his life, like trying to tease him or trying to question him regarding his integrity, or like regarding integrity of his feminine, so that he could become angry once again. So psychically, or she could be attacked by someone or by any kind of energy. And the final message for masculine is that if feminine doesn't see this happening, then feminine's mother has shielded both of them. So that's a really, really spiritual message I received, and that's really fantastic. So suppose if feminine doesn't find that he's getting frustrated enough, or he is getting angrier enough, or he's not questioning her, he's not beating her, he's not harassing her, he's not going against her wishes, then it's feminine's mother whom she should thanks, because she is protecting both of them. Maybe she has shielded them with the chanted text, chanted voice, or with some spiritual protection, with some blessings, with pure love from heart, and because of that, both of them are now protected. So this has been the reading for the masculine. I hope this will resonate. Thank you. Take care and lots of blessings.